to live or here on Sunday, and it's November 16th, 2025, with Judy K at 8 p.m. So we're about a minute or two late, which is fine. Always hold on. You never know when it's finally going to go through. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you all are enjoying this cool, windy Sunday that we're having. If you can you please type something into the comments so that I know that you're here and everything's up and running perfectly? Got a good subject tonight, and I was thinking about it all day, and it is interesting. And actually, tonight's subject actually comes from my mother. She's been gone about 11, 12 years ago, and that's who gave me the subject. Hi, Jody Lynn. Hi, Carmen. So remember, you can be watching this on Facebook, or you also can be watching it on YouTube at Judy K Psychic Medium, or what's the one? Psychic Meeting Official on YouTube. So I don't go on there. I should go on there because I have to change some of these lives within the titles and all. But anyway, thanks for joining in. And I know a lot of you are excited about the Eagles game tonight. I can't believe kickoff's at 8:15, but it gives us a lot of time. Oh, here, everybody's coming on. Sometimes there's a jam up. I sound like I'm the traffic guy on Channel 6. We got a jam up and everybody's on here. So anyway, hello from Kufa and Kafra, who was behind me. And I don't know if you saw this, but they were playing this week that they've really gone through Khufu's pyramid, and there's so much more. And they even think Khufu might still be in there, which is very interesting. So there's a lot going on with that. So for tonight, well, they say hi. John is not down the hallway this weekend. He's not home here tonight. He'll be here way after the live is over. But Andrew's here. He's at another location doing our technical stuff, and I can't thank him enough. All right. So remember, if you want to be one of the three people that get a tarot card pull later, to put it in the comments. And Andrew is using with the help of spirit picking the names. Yes, Carmen, it was I couldn't think of his names. You know me and names. It was Josh Gates. And also Zahi Hawass. Now, he is the king of all Egypt collections. He says there's going to be a big announcement coming up. Now, we're not sure, and we can't guess that's what it is, but they're leading little pebbles to take us there, and I can't wait to see. Because some of those shows, even this is not the subject, but some of the shows will say, oh, we're not sure the pyramid was for to be a burial place for the pharaohs. Yeah, but Khufu's sarcophagus is in there. Now, it's just the outer sarcophagus and everything. Yeah, well, if there's a sarcophagus in there, somebody was buried in there. That's just the way it goes. So remember, you have to ask for the card pull. And if you haven't won in the past 3 weeks, of course, you're eligible. So pretty much everybody. Oh, what was your birthday? Oh, happy birthday. Okay, so we're going good. All right, now, remember, you're only allowed to ask for that card pull once. You ask 2 and 3 times, you'll drive, Andrew nuts, and then you get nixed for that week. All right. The next expo in Berkeley Springs was wonderful. We had such a good time. I saw so many of wonderful clients that I've seen for years there, and I always enjoyed. And a lot of them are viewers here, so they're on here tonight. If not, sometimes they have to watch late. But the next expo, I'm actually going to be in New Jersey. Yes, I'll be at the Heart of Wellness Expo in Edison, New Jersey, at the New Jersey Convention and Exposition Center. That's Friday through Sunday. That's March 27th through the 29th. I'll give you the times later. It's kind of far out. I'm not going to start taking pre-books till probably mid-February for that show. All right. Thank you. I get so many people that'll stop me and they say, thanks for the lives and how much they love coming in here and everything. I really appreciate hearing that. I do. I know I'm helping you, and I'm happy to do it because that's what I'm here for. Okay. Now, remember, if you'd like to get a private reading or Zoom, FaceTime, or phone reading, you can always call the number, or you can get to my Facebook page here, or my website, judyk.net. Andrew has it running on the bottom, and you can schedule a reading either in the office, as I said, or FaceTime or Zoom or phone. and also private parties at your house. Okay, now I have to tell you, private parties are booked, I think, until January right now. So anyway, we can do that. We can move on here. I have some sad news, and it was upsetting. Diane Lepresti, she is a viewer that's been on and watching my lives here, and she has done comments, not so much, but she comments, and she was on the prayer list. And Diane was one of the most sweetest women I know. She passed away. I got a call 2 days ago from a friend of hers, and then her cousin called me yesterday. They weren't expecting her to pass. I mean, she was, she's about my age. She's what, 69, 70, somewhere around there. And she had a heart attack, and it's very upsetting. I can't tell you how nice and sweet a woman Diane was. When you have friends or acquaintances, or people, and people are people. And I always say that people are people. They're not. It's like when you go to church. Everybody's loving a church. You get out to the parking lot. Oh, and then they're calling this one and that one in name, and it's not a pretty name, but it's just people are human, and that's the way it is. But those people that just have goodness and sweetness to the bone. That was Diane. She was. I was messaging her. I guess it's been about 2 weeks ago, maybe three. I forget. It's been a while. But yeah, she passed away. She actually. Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you a little something here. Um, she took my tarot card class. Now, there's probably some people on here that took the tarot card class. The one that was in the office, that was at the Gloucester Township office. My office was there. And, and I teach the cards, and you have to realize, just like I said, people are human. The cards are there to explain stuff to you. And sometimes the explanation isn't that nice, but they have to put, here's my cards, right? They can't put all these cards meaning something nice, because if I'm supposed to give you an answer and the cards show me a bad answer, I'm supposed to tell you that. That is what I'm there to do. That's why you're coming to me, even though I do psychic medium work. It works the same way. Works the same way. She was there for the tarot card class, because she started doing readings and everything. So I think it was like a 6 or 7 week course. They would come in for so many hours each other. So anyway, she came in probably like week 4 or 5, and we were doing layouts. That's right. It was like you knew the cards. This was just the major arcana. You knew the cards, and now you're going to do a layout. And I had them reading either themselves or reading somebody else. And so anyway, she put her layout, because I had to see their layout and then hear what they were going to say. And Diane, it was a bad layout. Like, not bad, it was correct layout, but it wasn't sweet and nice. And you think Diane was the flower girl going down the aisle. And it's like she was like throwing rose petals with the words to explain this to her. And I'm saying, but Diane, this means that. She goes, oh, I know. And I said, but Diane, it means that. You have to say that. Oh, I know. And so I tried to explain to everybody. I said, you have to tell the exact truth. And and everybody, and then I had another girl who took the Fool card. Now, there's a card in the tarot deck, and it means the Fool. It's a joker, but it means they're a joker. Usually, that card would mean somebody that's on drugs. It could be someone that likes to drink too much, or it can be somebody that just doesn't have a brain. Okay, there's people like, don't even think. And she kept saying, I think the card doesn't mean that. Yes, it does. These cards have meant that for hundreds of years. So anyway, with Diane, she might have been in the same class. I think both of these women, were in the same class. But I'm talking about Diane now. And I'm saying, you got to tell them the truth. I got to tell them the truth. And they're trying to be so kind and loving, which I want you to be kind and loving when you read the cards, but you got to tell them the truth. And so finally, I found that after class, well, I think the next week, that Diane was a little upset that I'm going, you got to tell him the truth. We loved each other. She wasn't mad, but she was like, ooh. It was like she was the flower girl. So anyway, I think telling you the story about her is going to make her feel better. It really is. Because notice how the story about Diane in the past, it's funny. Remember, I always say with your deceased loved ones, make them laugh. Tell them stuff about things that they did or that you did and they were there. Make them laugh. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't go over each card, sweetheart. I can't do that. I'm not doing that. The tarot card book's getting ready to come out. I mean, it's getting in pieces. All right. I'm to the part where we're working on layouts and then it should go to the printer. But anyway, the whole thing, Diane was a sweet person. Please keep her family in your prayers. The other people in here on the prayer list this week is Marianne Corby is having upcoming surgery. Okay. Carmen Tumayan, Sandy Coster, Tara Chaffee, Tim Merrick, and Dee Gusha. They're all having health issues and just keep them in your prayers. Okay. Remember, ask questions through the comments. I won't get to them tonight. Even on YouTube, I'll get to them. All right. Now, tonight's subject. So I'm thinking, what can I do for tonight's subject? And I was going, you're excited, Jennifer. I can't wait to have it in my hands. I got two books going at the same time. I shouldn't do that, but I've done it. All right. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew's a big help for me. Without Andrew, none of this would be happening. All right. So what's tonight's subject? And you can thank my mother for that. She passed away in 2010, but she still talks every day. So I thought about, and she said, why don't you talk about objects? All right, which is true. I'm sure everyone on here has objects that they care about from deceased loved ones. And the weird thing, when my mother told me to talk on this tonight, when I started thinking, oh, which object should I use? Oh, Beth, I'm sorry, your husband's having surgery Tuesday morning. Okay, Beth, type in his name and I'll put him on for next week. And everybody, you just know he's on here. Um, um, Oh, I messed up your name. Rosano. Just give me his first name and I'll put him on for next week. And if, you can always private message me or something to let me know and I'll add somebody. It doesn't have to be on a Sunday. Even during that. So anyway, my mother brought this to mind. Okay. Do you see this? Isn't it pretty? Mm-hmm. It's got some flaws. This is from 1918, okay? And this was my grandmother's music box. All right, I'd play it for you, but the key, I'm going to have to take it someplace to get the key tightened. That you can't really wind it up. And it played a nice little tune. And here's the lid. She used to put, let me take this stuff out first. What she used to do is, oh, Michael, okay, honey, I got it. She used to put her face powder in here, okay? Oh, my God. Oh, don't make me laugh. What's his name? Michael, I got it. All right, Tom's on here. He says he's got John's headphones, his iPods. I actually left them. All right, so she used to put her face powder in here with her powder puff, and this is what she used. Now, 1918, she got this as an engagement present when she got engaged to my grandfather. Now, what do I do with it? I can't play it. It's actually, I was surprised my mother told me to get this out to explain this to you. I don't use this. I really don't. It's actually wound up basically on the back of stuff on my bureau. As you can tell with all the Egyptian stuff around, you can imagine my bedroom bureau. It's got a bunch of Egyptian stuff, then some stuff, and then some more stuff. It's like 3 rows on a bureau. But I'm going to tell you what's in here. Well, one, when I opened it up tonight, it's a safety pin. Why a safety pin? Remember, there's a lot of different things that people are they use as things to go by. My mother, my grandmother was see a pin, pick it up all the day. You have good luck. And I'm sure for this pin to wind up in here, it had something to do with my grandmom. And here it is. The next thing I had in here that I found was this little applique, and it's glass beads. Okay. And it probably went on a dress or something that she took off and she thought she'd save it for something. I'll tell Gator I said hi. And here, my grandmother's little comb that she used to wear. My grandmother died probably in 68, 67, something like. Well, let's put it this way. My grandmother died, and the year later I got my tarot cards. All right. Now that my grandmother was psychic and everything. She would do it naturally, like psychic medium work and not really tarot, but I wanted, here was a button from one of her outfits. And then here's the thing I have to get fixed. Another thing I found, and well, you know what? I'm going to hold this back. So here's the objects. I'm supposed to talk about objects tonight. This, I think my mother was right about using this object. I barely ever touch this. If I touch this, I'm going to say, well, maybe to move it to dust or something. But now that you have the little quicker duster, you can go on top of things. I'd say this thing gets touched just to move over about a couple times a year. Okay. Maybe a couple times a month. But the whole thing is I never hold it in my hands. I never do this to it. But my grandmother loved it very much. So why am I talking about this right now? If it's not something I use, it's something I leave alone. Why this? Because I sometimes people will bring objects into my office or to an expo, and that's fine. You can bring objects that you want. Please don't bring something extremely large, but you're welcome to bring things. I won't touch it because something that is not touched that much is going to have more of their energy in. Now, you have to make sure that they love the object. It has to be something that they loved and they cherished. And of course, my grandmother did. This was one of her presents during, her engagement time. All right. So, what I would do if I wanted to get hold of my grandmom and I wanted to do it, I'm going to say not quick, but I wanted it really strong, then I would put my hands on it. So, what this message is for you is when you have someone that you love and you don't feel them that close to you, find something that you're not using every day of theirs. Find something that's been there, but in the back, and hold on to it. Yeah, I could put this in my lap. I could close my eyes and then get a little bit closer to them. They can get a little bit closer to me. Okay. So objects are great, but we do not hand them to everybody and their brother. Okay. I'm not one for a reader, somebody to go to a reader and the reader quick grabs it and picks it up. That reader should be able to do it without touching the object. A reader, even though we're talking to your deceased loved ones, we're an outsider. We are. We are an outsider. We're not a family member. We didn't have a relationship with someone. Okay. But we should be able to. Here, I'm just going to bring this. Well, I can just drop this a little bit. Hold on. Can you see it? I should just be able to do this. And that should do it. Now, I can hold it, but a reader should never have to hold it. Okay. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody, but my most important thing here is keep the energy in the object. All right. And now say I had this on a table for sale at a yard sale. Then I decide I'm going to keep it. Now people have picked it up all day and it's kind of wore off here a little bit. There is ways to get the energy back in. I'm not going to explain them to you tonight, but there is ways to get energy back into an object. But in my estimation and what I've been doing my whole life, keep their energy there and keep it solid as much as you can. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can do like here. Cynthia said about the ashes on there. That's fine. The ashes are fine. There's another story about ashes. I remember that's going to be going in my other book about different things that have happened. All right. So you understand this now. So notice my mother told me, and I couldn't understand why she said like this. I got so many things. She goes, no, that, and it was perfect for what we needed tonight. Now here's something else that I found in this in the music box that I didn't even know it was there. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Here's a funny thing. You all have hiding places and stuff. You stick stuff. You'll never guess what was in there. Okay. Now, where do you not have a key that you have no idea what it unlocks in your house? We have a drawer of keys that we have no idea. And tonight, when I went into the music boxes, I didn't take the lid off and go in it for a long time. Oh God. Here's a key. So I have it out here. So we can put this in our collection of keys that we will never find what it locks and unlocks. That's a new key too, so it won't have anything. And the other thing that I put in there, because I guess it was my way, maybe when I moved from this house to the other one, This is a coin I got from Egypt. And yes, there is a hole in it, and there's a reason there was a hole in it. And it's an Egyptian coin. And I put that in with my grandmother things, and I'm sure she's probably not too thrilled with that, but that's the way it is. Now, another thing I want to talk about items. You can also have items that you went to a location you feel connected to, and you want to bring it back to connect. Now, I keep this, and this is probably worth, I'm going to say, oh, it's piasters. This is cheap. This might be worth 10 cents. Okay. This is a bill, and it's actually not a dollar bill. In Egypt, back in the day when I was there was change. You could give somebody 10 cents or a quarter, but it was paper money. So this I keep with me sometimes. Why do I do it? It's like a lucky piece for me. Okay. But remember, we don't hand it to everyone. So that was our subject for tonight. I hope I helped you with that. Anyway, it's time to do the tarot pull. That went fast. Hold on for a second. And thank my mother. And dear Diane, I mean, and when you can this week, I mean, if you didn't know or anything, she didn't do the expos. I mean, she's a little bit or whatever, but she was one of the sweetest women you could ever meet. And, sometimes that's few and far between. You can find real sweet women, but when you find a sweetest of soul that never has a bad thought, never has anything bad to say about anyone, she was one in a million. Okay. All right. So let's see who are the winners of the tarot thing. Okay. All righty. David Garcia, you're a winner. Amy Daly, you're a winner. And Michelle Lawson Fenimore. You three are the winners tonight. Now, I forgot to tell you earlier, you have to be on here or you lose your spot. So if the three of you are on here, oh, shoot, I hate when the phone does that, when it starts repeating everything you say. But anyway, if you're on here, you do have to comment right now if you want general, if you want finances, if you want romance, or if you want career, whatever you want. So this is, I didn't write David's last name down. So, David Garcia. If you're on here, I'll say it again. Amy Daly, if you're on here. And Michelle Lawson Fenimore, if you're on here. Congratulations. Yes, Stephanie, where are they? It was funny. We had two people, but you know what? Oh, the Eagles kickoff already happened. Okay. I'm going to do this. Andrew, send me. Oh, we have you, Amy. Okay. Amy's getting general. Okay. I didn't realize it wasn't too long in here. All right. Do we have David Garcia, Michelle Lawson? If not, they lose their turn. We might have to come up with another way of doing this. Oh, David Garcia, you're here. Okay. General. Okay. Let's see if Michelle Lawson will come in, and we'll take it from there. All right, here we go. Okay, Amy Daly, this is yours. Will be the first. The Spirit just said you'll be the first pick. Okay, Amy, I only do pick 3 cards, but when one comes out, when I pull one and the other one comes with it, you get those 2. So right now you have the Page of Pentacles, which is very good. It means news coming off or a little bit of an opportunity. The next thing you have, oh, girl, you have the Magician with the Queen of Swords. That Queen of Swords came with the Magician. And then you have the 5 of Swords. So what this is saying to you in general is, Amy, you have your stuff ready. You are right with what you had to start with. You can create whatever you want, no matter how upset you get. If you get mad, you're strong enough. You continue no matter what. Spirit's saying you're strong enough to continue. This is general. They did not give me the subject matter card. That they didn't come in. What they told me was what I'm supposed to tell you, which means march on forward just with what you want, the way you're going, and you will win. So if this is a family issue, They better start listening to you. If this is a relationship in a question or going on, they better start listening to you. If this is work and career, you hold off and you keep, going the way you're going and know your worth. All right, that was yours, Amy. All right, then I'm gonna do David Garcia. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay. All right, David, you have the Page of Swords, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Cups. So, David, what you have to know here is they're saying when it comes to, because they have the Queen of Cups, I kind of have a subject with you. What they're saying is whatever you're bringing to the table is enough. You make negotiations, but you don't bend too far. Okay. So what this is saying is stay strong. All right. Keep, you've done enough. You've done enough. You've negotiated to a certain extent. Negotiate more. But they have to realize how important you are. That's what they're saying. Now, you say, how can the Queen of Cups say that? Because what's happening here is the Queen of Cups means everything. The Queen of Cups has nurturing on with love, and there's also some sort of material value to her and everything. So, David, it says continue to negotiate, but continue in your own negotiations. All right. Well, thank you both. I'm sorry. Michelle missed hers, but that's happens, and it is the kickoff started. All right, now we're going to be doing the healing session. If you'd like to do that, remember palms up to receive the healing, palms down if you just want to watch. Remember that these lives, now Facebook doesn't keep them too long, but all of my lives are on my YouTube channel. This one will be up probably in about 45 minutes or half an hour. It takes a while for it to go through. Oh, everybody, you're so welcome. What you do is you wait for it to go up and you can see it. The only thing is in the probably past 3 months, I haven't changed the pictures and put a title on them. You just have the date. I keep saying I'm going to do that, but who has the time? But I'll get to it. All right. So here we go. Now, it is better for you if you close your eyes during the healing. You can have your eyes open if you want, but it's not going to penetrate as easy. All right, so here we go. Sit back, and I'd like you to just relax your breathing. There you go. Just relax your breathing. All right, and inhale, and exhale. And relax. Here I go. Spirit showing me a man that's been trying to get something, been trying to get or move up or trying to get something. It can be another level. I don't know. It's like another level, another position or something that moving forward that hasn't been going right. Spirit's telling you to continue. So if you're a woman and this is your husband or your son, that is for them. If you're the male viewer, that could be for you. It is a male. Someone here, Spirit's telling someone to count your fingers, count your toes, count your fingers, count your toes, otherwise known as look at all that you have. It might not be exactly everything you want, but be thankful for what you have, Spirit's saying. Now, usually I do a general healing on this, but when Spirit gives me a message to give everyone, of course, I'm led to give it. Okay. And relax and inhale. And I'm trying to make, okay, all right, there we go. There goes everyone's healing right there. What I'm healing here is so everybody has energy tomorrow to face another Monday. Let the sadness go, Spirit saying, let the sadness go, let the sadness go. And what I'd like you to do is take your palms and just lightly and softly push them forward. Push it away from you. Let the sadness go. Let it go. Put your palms back up. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Get all that lint that you've connected since it's been coming on since last time we had the healing session. Let it all out. and open your eyes. And thank you so much for joining the live. We will be here next Sunday. All right. You take care and bye for now. And remember, if you need to get a hold of me, you can always call me. Call or text 856-725-3588 or go to judyk.net or you can private message me. Well, thank you all and have a wonderful week. Bye for now.